playing so many snaps last week, playing really good football. How'd you feel out there, and how's it feel getting that first real full game under your belt?
It was a lot of fun. Pretty appreciative to have some older guys next to me helping me out. Getting in there, but it was a blast. Football's a lot of fun, and it had been a little bit since I've been on the field, so it was definitely a good time getting out there.
Let's go next to Herbie Teope. Go ahead, Herbie.
Hey, Nick, good to see you as always. What was your biggest takeaway from your rookie year that you've applied it to this year? And also, it looks like you might be starting this week, and how that helps you mentally prepare.
Yeah, one of Coach Heck's big things is preparation. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to play hard on game day. But the week leading up to it, that preparation is big. So I've kind of developed a little bit of a system, still learning, from guys like Mitch and Fish, and how to prepare, what film to watch. Yeah, just continuing to figure out what my style is.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Nick. Just wanted to ask you about that moment when you're going in such a prime situation and you're going to be in. I mean, obviously you're prepared, but you've gone a lot of games without having that moment. So how did that work? And did you have some butterflies?
Yeah, absolutely. When I figured out that, Mitch was going to be out for, the game, it was a little bit of, stress, butterflies at the beginning. And then, to be honest, kind of went blank for a little bit, warmed up, didn't really think about much. And then just, got the opportunity to go have a lot of fun, run around with the O-line, great guys out there. So it was just a fun game, great night, really excited about it.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Nick, this was obviously more than you'd played, at least in a regular season game since you've been here. What told you were ready for this? What have you been doing in practice or in your preparation that said, you know what, I got this. I can do this and do it at a high level?
I think that just, the D-line that we have here, incredibly, talented group. So being able to go up against them, day in, day out at practice and, competing with them. Chris is, incredible player. Derek Nottie, incredible player. So being able to get those reps against them and, slowly beginning to, have some success or learn some things from them, has been huge. And then just following the older guys, they taught me how to prepare, physically and mentally for games. So feel good about the way that I've learned how to prepare, but it was a little nerve-wracking for sure, because I hadn't been able to go out there and really do it. So it was definitely fun to get out there and play.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, Nick, good to see you. Remind me if I'm correct, but I think your first pancake in the NFL was in Denver last year, back in October, in the heavy set package, and you had a lot of similar plays in Buffalo. Just what do you think makes you a very good run blocker from what you've shown in your limited snaps in the NFL?
Yeah, that was my first snap up in Denver. That was definitely a good time. But I don't know, just kind of the way that I was, raised growing up playing football is, if you're going to make a mistake, make it flying around, make it fast, make it physical. So, mistakes are going to happen throughout a football game. There's a lot of snaps. So, the one thing that I can control is my effort, my physicality. So that's what I have. The rest, preparation, all that, that comes as I continue to grow. But I know that I can play as hard as I want or, hard as I can and be as physical as I can. So that's what I have.
Go next to Pete Sweeney. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, congrats. And I know this is an exciting time. You had a lot of retweets of people just tweeting at you, different clips and things like that. I imagine the support extended to your phone. I was just wondering if you could give us a glimpse of what that was like, hearing from probably a lot of friends, families, coaches, and teammates, et cetera.
Yeah, that's always definitely humbling, when you take a look at the phone and really, friends, family, they support me every week, no matter what. I get the good luck text from them, the congrats text from them always. I guess my favorite of the text is when you get it from, an old coach, someone that coached you, mentored you growing up, because those are the guys that, no matter what the sport was, wrestling, football, developed me into, the player that I am. So getting those texts are probably my, favorite ones for sure.
It looks like we got four more. We'll go right down the line. Harold, you're up first. Go ahead, Harold.
Hey, Nick, congratulations on getting that first start too. When you look back at everything you've done with the practices and with Mitch helping you out and everybody, when you get into your first start, what's the first thing that kind of runs through your mind, knowing that there's so much talent back there in the backfield? And I asked Daniel about, what it's like to block for those guys back there and the difference that they have present. What's it like for you out there?
Yeah, I mean, every day, if you take a look around the locker room, it's incredible. The talent that we have at the skill positions is, wild, and I get it. My second year, maybe get used to it, but you really don't. There's a lot of talent in our locker room, and the only thing we could do is give them a chance to show that talent. Put it on ourselves to give them the opportunities, make the throws, make the catches, give them some holes in the run game if we can, and just give them the opportunity to show the world who they are. So that's kind of the mentality that we have, and it's pretty cool to get the block for those guys.
Go next to Matt Derrick. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Nick, I know that you like to play games, you do puzzles in your free time. I'm curious, especially even during the pandemic, anything new that you've added to your kind of repertoire collecting that's new for you?
Yeah, I guess not a new addition, but I did, I was able to set up my own, table at a coin show, earlier on, and got to sell actually coins for the first time. So, get to be more of a dealer rather than a collector for a little bit. That was pretty cool. Got to meet a lot of people in that community. It was just kind of, a fun experience getting to, really dive into that hobby, when we didn't know what the future of the season was. So that was definitely a good time.
Go next to Seren Petro. Go ahead, Seren.
Nick, I'm curious if Patrick Mahomes had anything to say to you, or did he, does he try to loosen you up during the games? Just what kind of reaction, what kind of interaction did you have with him during the game, or at least maybe before the game?
Yeah, no, he was definitely, I don't know if he did it intentionally or not, but, if there was any cadence that was a little bit different, any play that was, one of our, one-off plays, I felt kind of some eye contact from him in the huddle. I don't know if he knew that he was doing that, but it was kind of putting some emphasis on it in the huddle. But just kind of his confidence, the way that he runs the offense is huge. So when he's, making the calls with that confidence gives, the rest of us and, definitely myself, first time out there, a lot of confidence. He knows what he's doing. He knows what, he's telling us to do. So that helped a lot.
And we'll go last to Rob Collins. Go ahead, Rob.
Hey, Gretty, asking for our sister station back in Champaign. How excited are you for Big Ten football to come back, Illinois and Wisconsin, and what are your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Texted the O-line today. Those are the guys I played with, almost all of them because we were a pretty young team my last 2 years. I'm really excited for that. It's going to be a good game. A little bit of underdogs, which I know definitely, put an extra chip on their shoulders, which I don't know if they needed it, but it's going to help. So I'm excited. I'm an optimist with the Illini every day, so we're going to win the game. Only way I can look at it, but I'm really excited. Definitely be tuning into that.